All right, Miss Cynthia, we are ready for you. Whoops.
Okay.
See if I can
Okay. What is still on Jessica? Hello? Jessica? Hello?
And she left, Teresa.
I don't know. JR, say something.
Miss Teresa,
Okay,
Jessica stepped away real quick.
yeah. Okay, that's good. I just wondered why it was staying on her picture, but I think we're ready now. So we'll go ahead and get started. Thank you. But it's still,
It's Teresa.
hi,
This is Francis, Felicia's mom. I just
Yes.
checked with her. She said she's in the breakout room with 2 other people. So
She's
she
in
is
what?
on. Yes, she's in a breakout room, she said. And she named 2 other people that she was with. I forgot the names.
Could she log back in and click on the healthy lifestyles section of the schedule for today?
Yeah, Francis, what she should do is log out. I'm not sure with the other 2 people, they should log out too. And they should go in through the IBICA website and go under IBICA annual conference.
I'm sorry. Okay, you said there's too much going on my phone. Okay, you said she needs to log out and log back in.
Yes, log out, go in through the IBICA website, the International Brain Injury Clubhouse Alliance website.
Okay.
And then the annual conference, and then she can scroll down to the wellness session. And she should be able to click on that, and that will let her into this session.
I think it may be called healthy lifestyles on the
Yes.
schedule.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to get her now.
Okay.
I don't know why my camera's not.
Looks like we've got a few more people that are trying to get in. I don't know. I can't tell who, but all right. So just a reminder to other folks who are on, if you're not part of the group sharing, you may want to mute your camera. I mean, not your camera, your microphone. And also, while we're doing this, even JR and Colette, until it's you guys' turn, you may, because if we do the video, it will echo back with you guys when we get ready to do that.
Gotcha.
All right. So, all right. Do you think that we should go ahead and get started while we're waiting for Felicia? Because she's a little bit later in the session. Okay.
I think so.
We will get started then. So Miss Cynthia, will you please start us off?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the wellness session presented by Side by Side Brain Injury Clubhouse in Stone Mountain, Georgia. My name is Cynthia Hall, and I've been a member at Side by Side since 2005. I will be your host for this wellness session. Any questions you have can be written in the chat, or you can ask them at the end of our presentation. We will provide resources of the topics covered to the conference committee, and they will be available after the conference. Please remember that these sessions are being recorded and will be made available. The topics covered today are some of the ways the Clubhouse supports healthy living, healthy eating, fitness, sleep, socialization, and relaxation. Remember, these are suggestions about ways to have healthy lifestyles. However, we are not medical professionals, and it is important to talk about lifestyle changes with your medical provider for their instructions and guidance. Our first presenter is Teresa Little. She will be talking about healthy eating. Please welcome Teresa.
Hi, everybody. Glad to be here. Give me just a second here and I get ready to do my screen share as well. All right. All right. So I'm Teresa, and I'm excited to share with you the ways that we support and encourage healthy eating at Side by Side. I will share about our lunches, snack bar, and supporting each other. We use the healthy plate model. Yay, there it is. We use the healthy plate model shown here to guide our meal planning. This helps us to provide a balanced meal with plenty of fruits, vegetables, some starches, lean served on a whole It is served on a whole wheat bun, adding another healthy component. It is one of my favorite meals. We manage proper portions with restaurant-style serving utensils that are marked and measured in ounces or cups. The kitchen unit is aware of and has a list of individuals' special dietary needs and food allergies. We keep this important information in mind when planning and serving meals. Let's talk about our snack bar. It's open each day, provided there is a member willing to clerk it. Our drink choices at the snack bar include 100% juice in 10-ounce bottles and sparkling water drinks that are flavored and sugar-free. We don't provide soda or pop or drinks with caffeine. If those are your preferences, you may bring your own to the clubhouse. Snacks that are lower in fats and sugars are available. They include baked chips, Rice Crisps, nuts, unsalted cashews, pistachios, mini kind bars, and low sugar granola bars. We limit offering high sugar items, though we do have a few exceptions, including small chocolate covered peppermint patties. And I must say that those do tend to sell out pretty quickly. Prior to COVID, one of the items that was a favorite was the Clubhouse trail mix. We made it on site. The ingredients included almonds, dry roasted peanuts, pretzels, and M&Ms. We don't really sell other candy or candy bars. All snack bar items are sold at our cost. Prices are rounded to the nearest quarter, ranging in price from 25 cents to $1. Finally, we recently added free fresh fruit, which is available once or twice a day. So far, we've had small tangerines and apples available. We have been looking for a grant to help pay for this project. In our quest for eating healthy, we offer support and encouragement to one another. We do this in the following ways. We share Clubhouse recipes. We help folks set up food tracking apps. Folks set goals related to healthy eating, and we should share our successes with one another. Thanks for your attention. Angie. What do we always want to remember? All right.
Thank you, Teresa. Folks, please write any questions in the chat. Now I would like to introduce to you J.R. Copeland. He will be discussing healthy sleep habits. During our Tuesday program meeting, we have Tuesday tips using a different theme each month. The information that JR will share is an example of what we should share on a Tuesday tip. Please welcome JR.
Good afternoon. My name is JR, as was stated by Cynthia. I've been going to the Clubhouse since August 22nd of 2011. And I have had a lot of trouble with sleeping in my life. I'm here to talk to you about sleep because I'm a master of not getting any. I actually got 2 hours of sleep last night, to be exact. But I'm here today. I'll say that I'm here to tell you that sleep physicians advise people who have insomnia to get out of bed if you cannot sleep. And here are the tips to help get some sleep. Indulge in a low impact activity. You might want to draw, knit, play an instrument. Find yourself nodding off to bed easily that way. Read something boring. Yes, I said something boring. Like a book or a magazine if you want to be able to get some sleep. This one I'm not a fan of. Do some chores. Like mop the floor or pick up junk off the floor. That actually could help you fall asleep. There are some do nots though. These do nots include probably some things I'm guilty of today. I know that there are a lot of apps out there. You got your Hulus, your Peacocks, your Netflix, your Amazon Primes. And I have even been able to stay up watching a lot of apps during the night. And that has kept my sleep hygiene at a disadvantage. So having late night screen time is definitely a no-no. Don't read anything thrilling because your brain will be engaged. Read something boring that will help you sleep. They say exercise is good for you to get some sleep. Well, they lie. You can tire yourself out by exercising, but you might want to do that during the day because it does not equal the same nighttime wise. Here are some tips for you. Get a bedtime which will allow a good 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Establish a good relaxing bedtime routine. Make your bedroom quiet and relaxing.
There's something over here on my fingers, my knuckles.
If you don't fall asleep after 20 minutes, get out of bed. Go do a quiet activity without a lot of light exposure. Another thing I've been guilty of is avoid daytime naps. I seem to have a lot of those. Now for the big word that's always affecting our sleep, insomnia. Insomnia, there's two types. Short-term insomnia is an insomnia that lasts up to 3 months. At any given time, 15 to 20% of people experience this. The second type of insomnia is chronic insomnia. This type of insomnia occurs at least times a week for at least 3 months. The causes of insomnia can be due to stress, sleep disorders, mental disorders, environmental factors, habits, and lifestyle. And that is all I have for you today. Angie, take it away.
Angie?
She's saying be about it.
Thank you, JR.
Yep.
Our next presentation will be on fitness. And please welcome Felicia Mizell, who will discuss our fitness programs at the Clubhouse.
So did she make it on? Felicia? Felicia? All right. Since I don't see her, I'm going to incorporate you guys in part of this, okay? So Cynthia, I'm going to have you come back up and you talk about what we did virtually related to fitness.
Okay, we here at Side by Side, we had fitness classes on Zoom for about 6 months or longer. And we did, everyone picked an exercise that they wanted to do. And we did them. And it maybe took about an hour before we got finished. So everyone had time enough to do the exercise and present it and then do it. And everyone in the Zoom group did the exercise.
And you guys encouraged one another.
And we kept it, how you say, kept pushing each other. And we were very thankful. And how you say, JR was talking about sleep disorders. Well, now I have an exercise disorder. I haven't did any in about 3 months. So it's time to get back in it and be about it.
Okay. Felicia, you're on, I hear. So it's your opportunity to speak.
Make sure you're not on mute.
I don't see her, Teresa.
Okay, so we will talk some more about the fitness things that we do. JR, what's some of the other fitness things we have accomplished here at the Clubhouse?
Let's see.
Put you on the spot.
I see. Myself and Angie did a competition where we did a little Be About It competition for 3 months, and she gave up candy and I gave up Diet Dr. Pepper, which, believe me, is a very tough chore to give up a soda for 3 months. I've realized that. But lucky for me, I may have cheated in a way because it fell during Lent time. So I was able to get the Lent advantage. And I'd already given up soda for Lent. So I gave up the Lent or gave up the soda in that time frame, but Lent ended and I was still giving up soda. So here I am today. Still drinking soda, but not, a lot less. And it got to be where I'm appreciative for that. And Angie actually, she lost some weight during our challenge, and I found it. And after the challenge was over, I presented her a trophy, and she got emotional, but it is what it is. People get emotional these days. And I feel like she enjoyed it, and that's all I got.
You know, this is Colette, and I'll say that in the past we have had a volunteer come in and give yoga once a week. And we also have at various times had walking groups when the weather permitted and people were interested in that. So those are two other kinds of fitness activities that we've had at Clubhouse.
Okay. So now I have pulled up the stretch exercise, which again is something that we just recently started doing in between our program meetings on Tuesdays and Fridays and our unit meetings. So I'm going to pull that up. And for anybody that needs a little bit of activity or after lunch to wake up, we encourage you to join us for just a few moments with this. Okay. I got to hit my share screen first. Hold on. I hear Felicia. We've covered it. Sorry, most of it, Felicia, but I'll give you a second to help offer any other ideas after we do the video. Is that okay?
Sure.
All right. Okay. Here we go.
Okay. Up, stretch, and down. Back, stretch. Up here, front.
It's okay. I can't hear us.
Up again. Stretch. Down. Stretch. Back here. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stretch and down. Check it. Back here. Up here. Down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Up and stretch. Check it. Check it.
Good job. Good job.
Share. All right, so Felicia, I'm bringing it back to you. You can unmute yourself. You're still, oh, there you go.
I want to repeat anything that was already brought out.
It's okay.
I do know some great things that we've done here. I found that for nearly 20 years, researchers have tried to develop effective medications to treat brain injury to no avail. The drugs offer only temporary relief, nothing permanent. It is hypothesized that patients should be prescribed exercise as a treatment for brain injury instead of medications. Why could this be effective, you ask? Exercise may be able to slow down the brain aging process. We're finding out that this could allow patients to regain lost cognitive and emotional abilities. It is also noted that more than 90% of patients with brain injury are physically able to exercise, but after an accident, many are leery of exercise for fear of making their symptoms worse. Others quit because after exercising, they develop depression after their brain injury. Giving up exercise can lead to weight gain, heart or vascular issues, and simply missing out on activities we enjoy. Healthy body is a healthy mind. It's all connected. The brain is complex. It's like a computer. There are circuits, neurons, and pathways that can be damaged. A brain injury is vastly different from a broken bone or torn muscle, which we can be more easily fixed. With the brain, there are a lot of complicated processes happening that control our thoughts, emotions, and bodily functions. So brain injury patients, we really have two issues to treat: our physical brain damage and our cognitive and emotional side effects. I also wanted to present, I came in, I heard about yoga. When we do yoga, our brain cells develop new connections and changes occur in brain structures as well as function, resulting in improved cognitive skills such as learning and memory. Yoga strengthens parts of the brain that play a key role in memory, attention, awareness, thought, and language.
Are you ready for Angie?
Yes, I wanted to say that we don't, as side by side, rebuilding lives after brain injury is not just a slogan. We actively do it each day. Angie, tell them how we get encouraged.
Get out in front of the camera. And you
That's
guys,
why we don't just talk about it, we be about it.
Amen. Thank you, Felicia. And folks, remember, we will have a few questions after this end of the presentation. And now we will have our final speaker, Colette Fritz. And Colette will be discussing ways in which we socialize at the Clubhouse, as well as mindfulness and its benefits in reducing stress.
Thank you, Cynthia.
You're welcome.
The first part, socialization, that's simply being with other people where we have feelings of connection, feeling that we're being understood and belong. We feel like we're appreciated just for who we are. And that's really what socialization means. It's just spending time with those people. And medical professionals recognize it as an important part of a healthy lifestyle, not only because it improves our mental health, but it also keeps our brain stimulated and healthy. At Clubhouse, we offer a lot of socialization activities at Side by Side. And please keep in mind now that these activities are currently paused due to the COVID health issues, but we're hoping to still have them resume in the future. Now, the longest running socialization activity at Clubhouse is our adjustment groups. And they've continued throughout the pandemic, I should say. We have a women's group, and I happen to be wearing the t-shirt that the women's group created this year. You can't see it, but believe me, I got it on. We have a men's group and a combined group. These have been held both virtually and in person. Adjustment group is a time when we can meet together with a staff facilitator and be free to talk about whatever's on our minds. Of course, we do follow some group ground rules, such as not interrupting each other. And we'll put our adjustment group ground rules in the resources available after the conference. Sometimes adjustment group is just simply a time when we can check in with one another. Other days, the group may evolve into an important subject, such as how we are relating to current events or talking about personal issues in our individual lives. Now, one way adjustment group has helped me was when I was my sleep schedule was thrown off. And it had become a problem for me. So I brought that problem about my sleep to an adjustment group. And then as I was talking about it in the adjustment group and people were listening, this collective wisdom came out of the group. And the group itself actually was able to make a recommendation to me. And I actually made a decision based on their recommendation to change my nighttime sleep routine. And that's just one of the ways that adjustment group is a way that we come together. Now, other socialization activities we have are a monthly game night where volunteers play table games with us and provide supper to the members that choose to attend the game night. We have a relationship with a church nearby that offers us space for our monthly family and caregiver support group. And that same church also opens up its fellowship hall each November for our Thanksgiving luncheon. And at the Thanksgiving luncheon, each Clubhouse member may invite one guest, and it's always a well-attended event. Now, at Side by Side, we do seem to enjoy socializing around food and also have occasional men's lunch and women's lunch outside of the clubhouse. And on those days, members pick a local restaurant and then add their name to the sign-up sheet. And staff and members that have chosen to go to lunch have lunch at the restaurant instead of at Clubhouse that day. On these outings, each member orders off of the menu and pays for their own lunch. We also have quarterly Social Saturday. We've gone bowling, done indoor adaptive rock climbing, and gone to places such as parks and festivals and movies. And a group even went to an escape room. Now, I wasn't a member then, so I don't really know what an escape room is. But now, the luncheons and social Saturdays allow for less structured time for members to be together. And volunteering is a special kind of socialization. And actually, research has shown that volunteering actually increases our own happiness because giving to others increases our own sense of happiness and well-being. So often people with disabilities, we're on the receiving end. And it's important for us to be able to have opportunities to offer what we have and be givers. And we have members who do the weekly grocery shopping with help. Oh, excuse me, I just need a moment. Okay. We have members that do the weekly grocery shopping to help the kitchen unit coordinator, and they start developing caring, friendly relationships with the regular employees they encounter at the store. We also have opportunities to volunteer in the community. When volunteer opportunities are available, a sign-up sheet is posted in our main room. Members who want to volunteer sign up for their specific activity, and the outside organizations that we were volunteering with prior to COVID include the Atlanta Food Bank, Lions Lighthouse, Fernbank Museum of Natural History, Community Connections, and FODAC. And Community Connections runs a free store where foster parents select clothes for their foster children. And our volunteers sort and stock items for the store. And FODAC is the Friends of Disabled Adults and Children, and they operate a thrift store to generate funds to provide durable medical equipment to qualifying individuals. And there we also restock their thrift shop sales. So, let me take a moment again. So now that ends the part of our socialization activities at Side by Side. And now I'm going to cover some of our relaxation activities. As part of our Zoom activities, we did a lot of different things. One of the virtual groups was a weekly meeting about practicing mindfulness. Teresa and I collaborated on planning the sessions. Because I have 25 years experience with meditation, I led most of these sessions. We often started with a brief talk on some aspect of brain function and how mindfulness related to that brain function. Then we would do some form of mindfulness practice and end with a few songs related to the topic for the day. I think the group, it really kind of feels good to end a session with a few songs. We quickly learned that because of our brain injuries, it was best to guide every meditation practice rather than have silent mindfulness practice, which is very often done in places like a hospital settings. Let's see. And during the course of these mindfulness sessions, we did like 9 weeks of loving kindness meditation, a couple of weeks of gratitude meditation around the holidays, body scans, and an equanimity meditation. And also, because these sessions were mindfulness instead of meditation, we were freed up to offer mindful practices and lectures in addition to formal guided meditation. At these sessions, like for instance, as the seasons changed to fall and winter, we did several weeks on mindful self-care, where we covered several specific ways to care for ourselves. And in this series, we practiced a formal self-care meditation, but we also just really discussed things like, how do we care for ourselves during a pandemic? It's important that we have a weekly schedule, that we get up at the same time every day, that we actually get dressed, even if we're not going to leave the house, that these are self-care things. And then our last session before the new year was a mindful facial massage. And everyone was very relaxed after giving themselves a facial massage. We even had, once our weekly Zoom exercise session stopped this past spring, we actually did a mindful seated chair exercise that was about 10 minutes. Okay. At some point in this year, we had a series of sessions on mindful communication. Our focus was that mindful communication is communication that builds stronger relationships. We included talks on how to give a compliment, how to make an introduction, to give a genuine thank you, and to make a proper apology. So we practiced giving one another compliments, apologies, making introductions during these sessions. And we also did several sessions of traditional deep listening practice, because listening to one another is such an important part of communication. Throughout the mindfulness sessions, we did several simple and short practices to relieve anxiety and invoke the relaxation response. And because we were all living under the stress of the pandemic, it was important we have some element of relaxation, a feeling of well-being in each session. At the end of each session, the members that had participated always expressed that they were feeling calmer or more relaxed. So now, to give you a taste of a relaxation session, I'll guide us in a form of meditation, in a form of breathing called paced breathing. And this was taught to me by my neurology therapist at the Emory Brain Health Center here in Atlanta. And what we'll do, research has shown that paced breathing lowers both our blood pressure and our heart rate. And it does that by stimulating the relaxation part of our brain, the part of our brain that says, yes, now it's time when we can just chill out and relax. So everybody just get comfortable, and I'll show you what we're going to do. And you can choose to do it or just simply watch. Because like everything at Clubhouse, the choice to participate is yours. So what I'll do is I'll demonstrate it. And what it is you breathe in, 2 breaths in. You breathe in for a count of 2, hold your breath for a count of 2, and breathe out for a count of 4. And when you breathe out, you make a little whooshing noise. So I'll demonstrate it. In, 2, hold, 2, out, 2, 3, 4. Now, does anybody have any questions about how to do that? It's just simply breathing in for a count of 2, holding for a count of 2, and breathing out for 4 counts. And what I'll do is I'll ring this bell, and when I ring this bell, it means we're about to begin, and I'll just guide us through it, and you do everything that I do. Well, actually, I'll be saying the words, so while I'll say the words, you do the actual breathing. In, 2, hold, 2, out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, hold, 2, out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, hold, 2, out, 2, 3, 4. Now we'll do it one last time and see if you notice any difference in your body. In, 2, hold, 2, out, 2, 3, 4. And now just sit comfortably and breathe as you normally would. And just notice your body. Does it feel any different from the way that it did before this session started? For me personally, I was really stressed, and now I feel a lot more chilled out. So, that is the end of that's the end of the relaxation part, the mindfulness and relaxation part. And anyone that would like more information, we'll put kind of a follow-up thing in the packet that you receive after the conference. And just for any directors or staff that may be on this, I do want to mention that as you engage in mindfulness practices, it's important to be aware of any trauma that a member might and have that inform the practice that you do. So thank you. And Angie, what do we say? Miss Angie?
Thank you, Colette, for your doing the mindfulness.
You're welcome.
It's very important for each and every one of us. And we thank each and every one of you for being here with us. And now we will open up for questions. And Jessica will be the person that will give us some of the questions from the chat. And we thank each and every one of you for being here today.
I think Cindy might have answered most of the questions from the chat. Let me make sure. First of all, Colette, I think you were made for that role. I want to tape with you on it, mindfulness wise. I think that was great.
I've actually received some instruction and authorization to be able to do it.
Yeah, you have the voice for it and everything. I was thinking that even before you said it. So that was great.
Thank you.
Let's see if we had questions that didn't get answered. Are these wellness groups a weekly thing?
Yes. Yes, they were.
And you are doing them, is it a hybrid in-person and virtual together, or is it just like a video, or what kind of format? That's the other question they had.
Hybrid and in-person. Someone from the Clubhouse, Teresa, she's the orchestrator. Well,
Actually, I give credit to Colette. I would say it's Colette's gift. And I just kind of help say, oh yeah, that's a good idea. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. So right now, we haven't been doing it. Colette is still virtual, and she's not come back to the Clubhouse, and so we slowed down our virtual activities that we were doing because we needed time and energy here at the Clubhouse. So we're not doing very much virtually anymore at this point.
Okay, great. Della, I think from Bind, said, what's the difference between mindfulness? She can't remember the other word. It may be wellness activities versus mindfulness activities.
Okay, mindfulness, I hope this answers your question. Mindfulness is attending to something, is bringing your awareness to something and keeping it there. So if you're being mindful of what someone's saying, you're keeping your attention on what they're saying instead of thinking about what you want to say after they shut up. And so that's mindfulness. And mindfulness could be something as simple as I'm being very mindful that I'm picking my cup up and making sure that I don't drop it. That's a kind of mindfulness. Meditation is a formal kind of mindfulness where you actually do something in particular. And so that may have been the other word you were thinking of, is meditation.
That makes sense. That's probably what she was talking about there.
Yeah, and like an example of a meditation, and which I actually forgot to do it, is we were going to do this, but just imagine you're sitting down, your feet are on the earth. We're held to the earth by gravity. It's our home. And there's a sun above us. This sunbeam is sending warm sun rays down through our body. And as it enters our body, any negativity, any worries, any anxiety is just coming out our body through our feet. This sunlight, this golden moon sunbeam is just pressing any negativity out of our body into good Mother Earth, where it can be purified. And we breathe in, we're breathing in the warmth of that sunbeam and all of the positivity. And we breathe out the negativity because we don't really need it right now. We can let it go. So that's an example of a guided meditation.
It's great. Thank you. Anyone else have questions? I didn't see any more in the chat. Well, if not, thank you guys so much. That was excellent.
I would like to end it with one thing here. We have a poem that one of our other members wrote that was inspired by Angie's Be About It. And it's go for the gusto, show the world what you really know. Takes a lot of charisma. Coordinating your knowledge and stamina calls for the ability to connect ideas and actions that you select. Moves you closer to your destiny, identifies what you hear and see, makes you credible, which is definitely invaluable. And that's by Debbie Wellbrock. And she wrote that for Angie in honor of Be About It.
That's so funny that you guys have Be About It, because we have a member here who says turn your setbacks into comebacks. And that's so everybody, I guess every clubhouse has got their catchphrase, right? Ours is setbacks into comebacks. Right. That's what we always say.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. I think that concludes our portion. I want to thank my cohorts here.
Okay. We have 5 minutes. I'm going to pull up our sessions here to make sure I'm going to tell you right. Yep. Before we have our session, Clubhouse Works, and now we have proof. That should be really interesting about our Clubhouse research. So it will be on this link. You guys are on the main link. If you want to stay here, you can take a break. We have 5 minutes, and then we'll be back here for that session.
Thank you, Jessica.
Mm-hmm.
Jessica, are you still there?
Yes.
Can you see my screen? Can everyone see my screen?
Yeah, but can you minimize it until we start? Just because I can't see who's here. Okay, never mind. It's fine.
Okay, I can. I just wanted to make sure before we started that
Yeah, it looks
I had
good.
sharing capabilities. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm here too. It's going to be interesting.
Hey, Jo Beth.
Hey. I've been paying attention, taking some notes and stuff. So I have been here.
Y'all are in the right place for the next session. If you want to stay on, we'll just wait for people who are going to be gathered up from the other sessions. Jason, can you send this to me so I can put it into the shared folder?
I sure can.
Thank you.
Hey, Jason, it's Colleen.